Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for your love and support of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And just a quick reminder that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you're interested in doing so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you'll always be notified when I upload a new reading. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be getting the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards. Pile 1, you're going to be this green tree here. Pile 2, you're going to be the red tree crystal. And pile 3, you're going to be this green Merkaba star. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into this reading. Hi pile 1s, you guys chose the green tree here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have, I'm just going to cover this here. You have Priestess of Divination. You have Courage with red jasper. You have Diligence. You have Feelings. And it says, healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. You have the Coffee. And you have the Sovereign. Beautiful energy here. So I'm getting the message from Spirit, pile 1, that a lot of you in this pile may be very intuitive and may be very spiritual in nature. So you may practice divination. You may be gifted in divination, which is basically the ability to see the future, to divine the future. You may have just a strong connection with your guides, with your higher power. But I get the sense that you are this priestess of divination here. And we do have the third eye very prominently on this card. So I do feel like you are very intuitive, and your third eye is very activated. So I get that message here. And I also get a message about being in this sovereign energy here, this energy of handling things on your own, being in your power, relying on yourself more. So you may be in that energy right now, or that might be the energy that Spirit wants you to be in. You know, that energy of, I can do this, you know, I can handle this myself. Not relying on others, you know, not being codependent, but really depending on yourself here. And being courageous, you know, in whatever you're doing. Having that courage, having that faith in yourself, having that belief to do things on your own, to be in that sovereign energy. And, you know, I also get the message about being diligent as well, in terms of maybe this could be in regards to your work. This could be in regards to a goal that you have. It could even be about a relationship, you know, but really taking the steps that you need to take and sticking to it, you know, and planning and working towards your goals in a diligent way. So that message is coming through as well. And with this feelings card, I do feel like it's important to be gentle with yourself right now, to acknowledge your feelings. And, some of you may be in this process of healing here. So maybe you're healing, something physical, or it could be something emotional that you're healing from, a hurt, a disappointment. But whatever it is, it's important to really be gentle to yourself, practice self-love, practice self-care, and take the time out to just honor your feelings. I feel like journaling could be helpful for some of you. Praying, whatever it is here that will sort of get you in touch with your heart, I feel like is important. And then with the coffee energy being here, that's really about, again, sort of being diligent and, waking up every day with this can-do attitude, being in this sovereign energy here. So I do feel like that is important as well. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy here. Sorry about that, pile one. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the Nine of Pentacles here. And that talks about being in this sovereign energy, because the Nine of Pentacles is when we are motivated and we're successful and we're in this energy of, being sovereign, being capable, being in our power. And it talks about success and abundance. So I do feel like you're either in this energy right now, or this is the energy that you're stepping into here, of being self-made, and being successful on your own. So I love that. You also have the Knight of Swords here. And that can be this energy of courage here, because the Knight of Swords is very courageous. He goes after what he wants, and he's not afraid to be brave and to step into whatever he's doing. He just goes for it. It's this very fast sort of courageous energy. So I do feel like Spirit does want you to be in this energy of courage here, in terms of whatever you're doing, whatever your goals or dreams are here. You also have the Knight of Cups. And that is about, I feel like this feelings energy that we have here, getting in touch with your heart, honoring your feelings, taking care of yourself, giving yourself that cup of love, and really taking care of you right now, I feel like is the message there. On this card, we have this man pouring a drink, it looks like, for himself. So, it's really about just taking care of yourself. We also have a Page of Wands here. And that can be that energy of, taking action towards our goals. This diligence energy here, that we have this woman climbing this tree, and it looks like she's just taking one step at a time here, but she's making her way towards the top of this tree. And that's really what this diligence energy is. It's about taking those action steps every day towards what we want, towards our goals, and being diligent about it, being responsible. So very interesting. So I just want to get one last message for you guys from this deck here. Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile one, please? Final message. Okay. So you have the Fire of Rebirth here, and it says, every breakdown is a beginning of rebirth. Like a phoenix, you must burn through the old to rise higher than ever before. Wow, beautiful energy. So yeah, you may be in this process of rebirth here, pile one. And, you may be in a time where, the old is no longer serving you, and it's time to sort of be reborn and to start fresh and, you know, begin again. And, I do feel like you might be in that process, or maybe that's what's coming for you. So, some sort of new beginning or a fresh start here. So, and for some of you, I feel like it's about you stepping into this sovereign energy here, this energy of maybe not being codependent or, relying so much on others, but really stepping into your own power and your own energy here. That could be what this rebirth is about. But that's not going to resonate for everybody. So that's all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the red tree here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have the dragon here, and it says Pathfinder, integration, strength, power. You have morning song. You have enchanter, and it says magnetize, open, reveal, manifest. You have dance. You have I am gifted. And finally, you have coherence, and it says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. Interesting energy here. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile two, that there may be something that you are trying to manifest right now in your life. And this could be a lot of things. This could be a project, something to do with your work, maybe your career. It could be a relationship you're trying to manifest. It could be more abundance. It could be, a different location. Whatever it is here that you're trying to manifest, I feel like you are very capable of that, with this enchanter energy here. And it's interesting because we have this woman on the card and it looks like she's dancing here. And you also have the dance energy. So I do feel like for some of you in this pile, it may be helpful for you to move your body right now. Because I feel like that will help you almost manifest whatever this wish or goal is here. Sometimes by moving our body, we move around the energy, and we get things moving, we get the energy going. And I feel like that's important for this pile, to really get the energy moving here towards this manifestation. So I do feel like dance could be helpful for some of you, because I do feel like you are very gifted in whatever this thing is that you're trying to manifest here. You are capable of it. And, this could be like a creative project, even for some of you, or like I said, something to do with your work, your career, but whatever it is, you're very gifted in it. And Spirit is wanting you to know that here with this I am gifted card. And you're capable of creating change and manifesting this, because we do have the butterflies here, which talk about that change, that transformation energy. And for many of you in this pile, you are this, this powerful person here. You are this pathfinder, and you are strong and powerful. And Spirit wants you to step into that dragon energy, right now in order to manifest whatever this is. And I also feel like, this manifestation involves you sort of integrating your mind with your heart here. So it's something I feel like you're very passionate about, whatever this manifestation is, this goal or dream. You're very passionate about it within your heart, but you need to also sort of integrate that with your mind, with what your mind is telling you, the steps you need to take, the planning you need to do, the strategizing. So sort of integrating that, I feel like will help you in this manifestation. And, I also feel like with this morning song, it's about really waking up every day with that passion, that desire, that wish to make this happen. Whatever this is, really waking up with that positive mindset that you're capable of doing this and you will do this, pile 2. So beautiful. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy here. So you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, and that makes sense because the Queen of Wands is that pathfinder, and she is very good at manifesting things in her life. She's very passionate. She's very driven. She's very intelligent, and she plans, she strategizes how she's going to make something happen. And she's also very gifted and creative and talented. So having this energy here, makes a lot of sense for you because I do feel like you are this Queen of Wands here, or this is the energy Spirit wants you to be in. You also have the Emperor. Wow. Beautiful, because the Emperor is the creator of his empire. He is that power here, that strength that this dragon energy is talking about. He makes things happen and he knows how to make things happen. He's very wise and he's very much in his power. He's a leader, and I feel like that's the energy that Spirit wants you to be in right now in order to manifest whatever this is here. You also have the 9 of Cups, which is about fulfillment and happiness, making your dreams come true, and then reaping the rewards of that success, that happiness. So I do feel like, and we even have this man on the card and he's holding this trophy here. So I do feel like you will achieve whatever this is here that you're trying to achieve, pile 2. Whatever you're trying to manifest, you will get that here. It's just a matter of stepping into this, powerful dragon and emperor energy here. So finally you have the 7 of Pentacles. And that can be when we are working towards a goal or wish. We might not be there yet. We might not have achieved it yet, but we're working on it. We're working towards it. And that success is coming here. So I do feel like that it is coming for you guys. So I just want to get one last card here for you, one last message. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? Okay, so you have the universe listens here. And it says, every wish you whisper is heard by the universe. It's responding in subtle, gentle ways that align perfectly with your heart. Wow, I love that. So yeah, I do feel like the universe is on your side here. And they are listening to you, pile 2. They know what your wish is. They know what this goal is that you want to manifest. And they are listening, and they are trying to put that goal in alignment for you here. They are aligning it. And they're working on it sort of behind the scenes here. But they want you to know that they are working with you and they are on your side in terms of this goal or wish. So I love that. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile threes. You guys chose the green Merkaba star. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have nourish here. You also have hermit, and it says retreat and recharge. You have faith here, and it says there are no obstacles in your way. Follow your heart. The path is safe. The way ahead clear. Have faith. You have with God all things are possible. And it says, if you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. And that's from Matthew 17:20. You have birth here. Just going to cover this. And finally, you have finding love. Beautiful. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here that there's something in your life that really needs tender, loving care right now, that really needs this nourishment and this rest and this self-care. So this could resonate differently for everybody here. This could be about nourishing yourself, eating healthy foods, taking time to rest, really practicing self-care, self-love. This could be nourishing or nurturing a project or goal that you have, something that you're working on, putting in the time, putting in the effort. It could also be maybe about a relationship, nourishing a relationship, spending time with the person, showing your love, practicing acts of love, whatever it is. I do feel like it's going to resonate differently here for everybody. But, for some of you, it could be about love because we do have the Finding Love card here. But whatever it is, there is something here that needs to be nurtured right now, whether that's you or someone else or just a goal or wish that you have. But I feel like, Spirit is saying to have faith in whatever this is right now and to believe in it, because you have the faith card twice here. And, with this faith, you will be able to move mountains. I feel like you will be able to, make things happen, because we do have the birth energy here as well, which is about the birth of something, so this could be the birth of a wish or a goal that you have. It could be the birth of a relationship, the birth of a, the birth of you loving yourself, taking care of yourself. Whatever it is here, there is this energy of creation and birth of something. And I do feel like, whatever this is that Spirit is calling you to nourish right now, it's also important to sort of be in this hermit energy where you're also taking time to rest and retreat and to go within and to recharge your energy. So, if this is a goal or wish, it's important to also take time to rest and to, recharge. If this is about yourself, practicing self-love and self-care, part of that is about resting and going within, maybe taking time to meditate or to pray, all of those things. And, like I said, it's really just about nurturing something here, however that resonates for you. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the Five of Pentacles here, which can be when we're in this energy of lack or scarcity. We're feeling like we don't have enough, or we're feeling like there's something missing. And for some of you in this pile, this could be you feeling like, maybe you've been focusing on other people and you haven't been really taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. And this is where Spirit is asking you to stop and to care for yourself, to think about yourself here and take time to nourish yourself. Make yourself a healthy meal and get some rest and take time to be just by yourself right now. You also have the Queen of Pentacles, and that is about, being in this energy of, success and, this birth energy, because the Queen of Pentacles is very successful and she's capable of creating what she wants. And she's also the type of person who takes care of herself. She does nourish herself. She does rest and recharge. So she's very much in control of her own happiness and her own well-being. So that's important here as well. You also have the Eight of Swords. And that can be an energy of worry or fear or anxiety. And I do feel like for some of you in this pile, maybe you've been in this energy of worry here. This could be worrying about others, or it could just be worrying, too much about your life and where things are going. And this is Spirit asking you to just stop right now. Take that time out to be in that hermit energy, to rest, to recharge, to take your mind off things and to nourish yourself. Have a healthy meal, get some exercise, get some rest, focus on you. And finally, you have the Star energy here, which is beautiful because that talks about our hopes and our dreams, and it talks about healing even. So I do feel like there's this energy of healing here, with the, hermit and the nourish energy being here. There's a need to sort of heal something, whatever that is here, whether that's yourself, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a goal, whatever it is. But really being in this energy of, knowing that you can reach your goal or wish here, and you can, heal yourself or heal, a relationship, whatever it is. And there is hope here. There is a lot of potential. So I love that energy. So I just want to get